What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
Back here again with another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys some 4K gameplay of Hitman 3. Now, basically going to be showing you guys the first 40 minutes of the game. The first level is located in Dubai, and it's called the Top of the World.
Look closer. In the shadows. Behind the everyday world. Beyond the headlines and the seats of power. A hidden hand. A kind of company known as Providence. To it, we were just assets. To use and throw away. To do the unthinkable. The unforgivable. And it never gave us a second thought. Until now. After decades in the shadows, we are fighting back. Me and 47. Much has been lost, but we are closer than ever. We trapped the Constant, Providence's chief controller, and finally learnt the names of its three partners. In their downfall, we lay the past to rest. And, just maybe, look towards the future. 47. It's time.
The partners are down there. You know, I never planned this far ahead. You never do. I see someone got his memory back. Wait, is that a beacon? What the hell? Base. Alexa Carlisle's helicopter just took off. Confirm target locations, over. Diana, what's the status?
Right. We have a situation. Carlisle has left the building. And I think I know why. The Constant has escaped. He persuaded one of the sailors into setting him free. And since then, he's been seizing control of Providence assets and resources. I can only assume Carlisle is rushing to contain the damage.
If she slips away again,
We'll keep track of her. Make sure she doesn't. Meanwhile, the plan stays the same. Your destination is the Scepter, the world's tallest building where the partners are laying low, courtesy of their host, Sheikh Omar Al-Ghazali. Marcus Stoyvasson is fifth-generation old money. His family made its fortune in real estate and banking, and were at one point the chief landowners in New York. Carl Ingram is a powerful Washington kingmaker whose family grew rich selling gunpowder during the American Civil War, and later established a globe-spanning empire in oil, coal, and steel. Both families long since retreated from public view, but their quiet dominance endures to this day. Now, the partners likely suspect that we're coming, so Mr. Gray will infiltrate building controls and disable all electronic doors and elevators. Stuyvesant and Ingram are about to find they have nowhere left to run.
right. This is our moment, 47. Providence ruined our lives with the flick of a pen. Today, we return the favor. Happy hunting.
Welcome to Dubai, 47. Today is the inauguration of the Scepter, and the ceremony is well underway. You will find Marcus Stuyvesant near the building's signature art installation, while a paranoid Carl Ingram has ensconced himself in his penthouse suite, security on highest alert. Mr. Gray is already in position and ready to assist. Good luck, 47.
47. Come in. 47, do you copy?
I'm here.
Are you in position?
I'm heading towards the point of entry.
Good. Get back to me when you're there.
If you guys didn't know, Dubai is known for being one of the best places to skydive. I've actually went skydiving twice, and it's definitely one of the best things I've ever done in my life. If you've never done it, I highly recommend it. I've been skydiving in Eloy, Arizona, as well as San Diego, California. Both a lot of fun. So yeah, going skydiving in Dubai is definitely at the top of the bucket list. I was actually really pumped when they revealed that one of the locations in Hitman 3 was going to be Dubai. I think this is a perfect setting for a Hitman level. I totally wish we could just jump off the ledge right there, and that's just because I really wanted to skydive in this game, but unfortunately it doesn't let you actually skydive. It's just a cinematic portion of the game. I guess if you want to skydive, you can get a ton of that in the Battle Royale games these days. Now, first thing I want to point out is that I'm playing this on the Xbox Series X, and you're going to find that the reflections in this game are so on point. I mean, look at the reflections on the building.
47, use your camera and scan the lock, will you? I think I can override the Windows controls from here.
One of the first things I noticed while playing this game is that it's absolutely stunning. The visuals are so on point and super realistic. For real though, guys, this game does an excellent job of showing what the next generation is capable of. This game probably has some of the best lighting that I've seen so far in video games. You're going to realize as I start playing through the game, especially once I get into the lobby. Again, the game is absolutely stunning. The graphics are a 10 out of 10, and so far the gameplay I would say is a 9 out of 10. And as of this video, I'm only about 8 or 9 hours into the game, so I still have a lot to play. But I wanted to go ahead and walk you guys through this first mission and show you guys a bit of what this game looks like and what it's about. If maybe you're thinking about purchasing it today, being that it's launch day, hopefully watching this video helps you decide whether it's worth it or not. So we finally made our way inside of this skyscraper. I think they really made a good move putting this level first and at the beginning of the game because again, it sets such a good example of what the next generation can offer. I mean, look at the reflections from the chandelier above and all of the lights. The reflections are so on point. Again, probably one of the most beautiful games I've seen so far, but we are at the beginning of this next generation, so hopefully this is just the beginning. Now, I want to point out that I did take the time to record and edit this in 4K. So if you aren't already, make sure that you toggle the settings to 4K if your phone or TV allows it. That way you can see the true resolution of this recording. So yeah, make sure that your media player settings are set at 4K 60 frames per second. Because again, this game has 4K visuals running at 60 frames. It's absolutely insane. Even with all of the good reviews that just came out, I feel like this game is so underrated. I mean, look at the amount of characters or people that they can fit on the screen at the same time. Not only that, but they all look different. They all have different voices. They all have different paths that they're programmed with. It's pretty insane the amount of detail that they put into these games. You can literally complete a mission in probably 1,000 different ways. In this mission, we have to eliminate Carl Ingram and we have to eliminate Marcus Stoyvasson. I think that's how you say it. Now, each mission has mission stories, which are basically different storylines that take place in each level that you can take advantage of in an effort to kill your target. For instance, right here, I eavesdropped on this conversation, and it picked up on a mission story reveal. If I press select, I can go to the mission stories, and now I can follow along or enable this mission story, which is the Bird of Prey mission story. To accomplish this, it looks like we need to join the meeting with Carl Ingram while playing as the Vulture. So we're going to have to assassinate him and take his disguise. It looks like he's one of the top agents working for Crystal Dawn, the Pan-African terrorist organization. Now, for those achievement hunters that are following along with this gameplay video, we do have achievements and trophies related to completing all of the mission stories in each of the levels. The Dubai level, or top of the world level, has 3 different mission stories we need to accomplish. I'm going to be taking place in 2 of the 3 mission stories here in this gameplay video. Starting off with this one, we're going to use this mission story in effort to eliminate Carl Ingram. We basically just need to stalk him until he's in a vulnerable place where we can go ahead and assassinate him without being noticed. For now, let's see if I can blend in with this computer right here. Let's go to floor plan, and when I went to floor plan, it actually revealed my next mission story. So I was able to trigger or follow along with that next mission story. We're not going to be working on that quite yet. However, we can use that second mission story later on so that we can eliminate Marcus Stoyvasson. I think that's how you say his name. Alright, so we're going to switch the mission story back to the one where we're trying to take over the Vulture. He should probably be getting up after this smoke right here. There we go. Totally called that. Let's see. So let's hide over here. We'll make a little distraction and see if he decides to head over there. Maybe we can trap him in a corner real quick. Alright, so he's going to go investigate. And let's see if we can go ahead and take him out right here. Perfect opportunity. There we go, choke him out. Alright. And we need to drag him over here. And we're going to take his disguise. I'm going to go ahead and spare him. No need to snap his neck. We'll just take his disguise. You get more points for not killing anybody that isn't your target. So I try to just, go ahead and just choke the other people out and not necessarily kill them because I want to get more points at the end. Now right here, we have to go ahead and stop because they need to frisk us before we move forward. So I'm going to go ahead and let them frisk me because I do not have any weapons on me, at least not yet. The first time I tried playing this mission, I actually ran up there and they ended up shooting at me because I didn't let them frisk me. So if you end up playing this yourself, make sure that you let them frisk you. They want to frisk me again. Alright. Maybe one frisk for each of them. Alright, so after he's done frisking me, I should be able to go upstairs and we can go ahead and continue on with our mission story. Now that we're playing as the Vulture. Well, we're still Agent 47, but we're disguised as the quote-unquote Vulture. Alright, so here's the personal assistant. Let's go ahead and talk to her.
Oh, Mr. Kazim. I'm glad you changed your mind.
Arrogance can be a dangerous trait.
Yes, indeed, it can. Mr. Ingram has been expecting you. We have a conference room set up for you.
Looking good, man. Looking good. Just keep calm.
Please, go in and make yourself comfortable. Mr. Ingram will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Alright, so far so good. We've done a good job of sneaking in here. We've actually set ourselves up with the meeting with our target. For now, it looks like we just gotta wait around until he arrives at the meeting room. So we'll just walk around and check out the place. So let's see here. Actually, let's go ahead and save my game because that's always valuable. One of the cool things about Hitman is it has a manual save feature, so you can always save before you try something risky. Maybe you want to try killing your target in a new way and you don't want to start the game all the way over. You can always just make a manual save right before. That way you can go ahead and restart if for some reason your plan doesn't go so well. If you want to know where your target is located at, you could hold the RB or R1 button if you're playing PlayStation to use your instinct. And typically when you're holding your instinct, your target will highlight in red. Now, while we're patiently waiting for the target to arrive, I'm just checking out this maintenance closet real quick. I did actually find some rat poison. You can use the rat poison to poison drinks and food and things like that. That's just another way that you can try to assassinate your targets. Anyhow, it looks like our target has just arrived, so let's see what he has to say.
Straight to the point. I have well, let's call it a dispute, which the Royal Highness tells me you're very capable of taking care of. Now, I've worked with your organization before, in Morocco, I believe, so I'm a little hesitant.
Don't be. We do what's needed.
Well, only time will tell. I have 2 assignments for you. Take care of the first one, and then we can discuss the bigger fish. Now, on to the first. An acute problem has been brought to my attention.
Keep talking.
I'll be candid with you. No one is supposed to know that I'm here. However, there's a journalist down at the inauguration, and he's asking rather intrusive questions about who's staying up here, and that is a very dangerous problem for me. Now, I want you to silence this little pain. Do you think you can do that?
It's what I do best.
I like your bluntness. This is his file. Hans Lucht, Pulitzer-winning freelance journalist. He's good, and won't give up until he gets the answers he needs. And that can't happen.
Consider it done.
Good man. And remember, I want a picture. I want proof so I can sleep tonight.
Of course.
Once this little assignment is completed, come back and talk to Miss Toe. Then we can discuss the real cancer that needs to be removed. I'm sure you can see yourself out.
Alright, so all of a sudden we're working for our target, but only to get a little bit closer to him. So our target wants us to locate and assassinate this reporter or journalist that's asking way too many questions. Too many questions for his own good. So luckily, as long as you have this story mission enabled in the select menu, you will have a icon located on the journalist. So he won't be, extremely hard to find, not playing Where's Waldo or anything like that. You kind of have an idea of where he's at least. So the icon isn't specific to him, at least not quite yet, but once you get fairly close to him, the icon or tracker should pop above his person. So it doesn't look like he's over here. I recommend heading to the bar. He's wearing a maroonish shirt, maroon or plum, something like that. He's actually right here. So what you want to do is walk up to him and press Y. This is going to ask him to be escorted. And what you want to do is escort him somewhere where you can go ahead and assassinate him. You're pretty much approaching him saying, hey, I heard you have some questions and I have some answers. Come with me and I'll tell you all about it. So what you want to do is take him somewhere where you can assassinate him. Now, I want to point out that he can get sketched out, so you don't want to take him anywhere too crazy or he might get freaked out and leave. If he does, you can just assassinate him before he leaves. But I ended up taking him up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to find a room where we can assassinate him without being noticed. There's actually a restroom right here. Let's see if we can take him in here. Let's probably turn around and make sure that he's still following me. Okay, yeah, there he is. Man, the graphics are so on point in this game. I can't get over the reflections. Alright, so he's already talking about leaving. He's getting sketched out. Let's see. The only thing is we have this guy located in the bathroom with us, so let's see. Let's just close the door. And yeah, he's getting all freaked out again. Let me turn on the sink. Try to distract him. Alright. Overflowing. And I was able to get behind him. Hopefully that doesn't make anybody else walk in here because I made the sink overflow. Alright, so we went ahead and choked him out. But we still got to snap his neck and take a picture of him. Because our target wants proof that he's dead. Alright, so we got a photo of the assassination. And now we can go ahead and bring that picture to our target's assistant, which was the lady that we talked to earlier, just above those steps that we got frisked on. Now, there's nowhere to dump this body, so I'm just going to leave him in this corner right here, and hopefully nobody ever notices him. At this point, we can go ahead and head back over to the assistant. As I mentioned before, as long as you have this story mission enabled in your pause or select menu, it will show you where you need to go next. So we're going to go ahead and take this picture over to the assistant. That way they have full confirmation that this journalist that was a little too curious is finally dead and they don't have to worry about him anymore. This is going to enable us to get just a little bit closer to our target so we can finally assassinate Carl Ingram. Now I believe it was upstairs to the right. I don't think I need to get frisked again. Yeah, we're all good. They don't want to frisk me again. So we're going to go ahead and proceed. It looks like she ended up going up just a little bit higher. She is not located where she was at before. It looks like those guards don't need to frisk me either. And here is Carl Ingram's assistant.
Mr. Kazim, welcome back. So, you have the picture?
Yes, here.
Good. Our guest will be delighted. Please follow me. He's waiting. If you just follow me, Mr. Kazim.
How are you?
Alright, so it looks like we need to follow the assistant up to the penthouse. So we're just going to follow along and see where she takes us. Hopefully just a little bit closer to our targets so we can assassinate them without being noticed. If you guys are wondering, I am going for a silent assassin on this level, meaning that I was never noticed and that the bodies were never found. Let's see if we can go ahead and pull it off. This is some awesome architecture they have up here. I know Dubai is known for having some pretty crazy buildings and skyscrapers. They did such a good job creating this level. It really makes it feel like they almost did a real life version of an actual building or skyscraper. The fact that this is totally fictional is completely insane to me. The fact that somebody can come up with this type of building in their head and execute it. I know probably multiple teams worked on it, but the team that worked on the architecture or the in-game architecture in this game probably have potential to be real-world architects. This level and this building is absolutely jaw-dropping. Now, I know I've never been to Dubai, but I really feel like this is what it would look like if I did. This penthouse is absolutely insane. Talk about goals. I feel like the concept of this game is technically a risky one. Like, why would the average person want to play the same level over and over again, potentially 10 to 20 times? That doesn't sound fun for the average gamer. However, this game actually has so much replay value, it's insane. Every time you play a level, it's a different experience. As I mentioned earlier in the video, there's probably 1,000 different ways that you can go about your mission and assassinating your targets. You can choose to, follow one of the story missions. You can choose to just go in there guns blazing. You could choose to choke them out, to push them off a building, all types of stuff, break a chandelier so that it falls on top of your target. Whatever the case, poison them, you name it.
Yes. Your problem is fixed.
Omar said you were good. Let's get down to the important business at hand. Okay, people, clear the room. I need to discuss some delicate business with Mr. Kazim. I'm sorry.
We have Ingram right where we want him.
I just remembered something.
47,
Please make yourself
you
at
know
home.
what to do.
Have a drink. See the
Alright guys, so we can finally work on assassinating our first target, Carl Ingram. We've actually made it all the way into his penthouse suite, into basically his living space. So first thing we're going to try to do is distract this guard right here, because again, I'm trying to do this without being noticed or busted. And we actually have an achievement related to killing him with this architecture. And so what I did is I did just that. I smashed his head into one of his models, and that got rid of him. So we are one of 2 targets down. Gonna go ahead and hide his body in the closet, and we are good to go. Did not get noticed. Almost at the end there, but I ended up pulling it off. Silent assassin. Please tell me why his security guard looks like Donald Trump Jr. Maybe I'm tripping, but he definitely does. I'd Google it. Anyhow, on to part 2 of our mission. Next, we have to eliminate Marcus Stoyvasson. Now, I really wanted to take a minute to take a look around this penthouse, because I'm trying to discover all of the areas in the level for an achievement. But Donald Trump Jr. is trying to escort us out of the penthouse, and if I don't continue to follow him, he's going to get upset and maybe start firing shots. So we're going to go ahead and follow him as he escorts us out of here. And in terms of eliminating our next target, I believe that we had discovered the second mission story earlier, and what we're going to do is we can use that second mission story to eliminate our second target, Marcus Stoyvasson. Now, dude right here took it all personally because I nudged his shoulder when I was just trying to follow him. It's all good, dude. I don't want to fight you. I'm just trying to follow you out of here, okay? I'm a silent assassin. Believe me, I would love to just knock you out right here, but I'm trying to get Cheevos here. So calm down. Just go ahead and continue to escort me out of here so I can go downstairs and assassinate your homie Marcus. Man, I cannot get over the graphics, guys. I know I mentioned them a lot earlier, but just look at the lighting. I don't think the game has ray tracing yet either. I think it's eventually going to get added in a post-launch update, but the reflections definitely make it feel like ray tracing is already enabled. But as far as I know, it's not enabled quite yet. If you know for sure, let me know down in the comments below. Alright, so now that we're finally out of the penthouse, now we can go ahead and try to find Marcus. Now, in terms of how I'm going to assassinate him, I'm not sure 100% yet. I'm going to try to do one of the mission stories, but first we need to track him down. So again, as I mentioned earlier, you can hold down your instinct button, which on Xbox is RB or PlayStation is R1, and this will light up your target in red so that you can see exactly where he is located on the map. Besides that, I'm going to go ahead and save my game now that we went ahead and assassinated one of our 2 targets. That way, just in case I die or mess something up, I don't have to start all the way at the beginning. Now, I ended up looking at my pause menu and the mission stories available. As you can see, I already accomplished one of the 3 mission stories. However, the second one was disabled as 2 of them are related to the first target. The third mission story is related to Marcus, so we're going to try to discover the third mission story. The thing is that I haven't discovered that mission story opportunity quite yet, so maybe as we get closer to him or as we progress through different parts of the level, maybe that third story mission will pop up and enable us to follow along. I can tell you this, I've played all of the Hitman games, the old ones and the new ones, completed most of them, and I gotta say, this Dubai level is one of my favorite Hitman levels of all time. There is just so much going on in this level, and it is just absolutely beautiful. I still can't get over it. Now, as you can see, I just located my target, and it looks like our next mission story is finally revealing. So now I know all 3 mission story opportunities. Again, we already accomplished the first one by taking over the Vulture and assassinating Carl Ingram. And the second mission story was disabled because that one is tied to killing Carl Ingram as well. So that one would require a second playthrough. Now, as far as this third mission story goes, this one was just revealed. So we'll go ahead and activate it. This is for taking the role of Stoyvasson's replacement bodyguard. So yeah, let's go ahead and knock this out. First things first, it says that we need to infiltrate the staff area. As I mentioned, if you have the story mission activated or enabled, it will show you where your next checkpoint is or where your next objective is. This helps from wasting time and becomes a lot more linear in terms of playing through the game. I didn't really want to spend too much time wandering around and trying to figure things out in this video. I wanted it to be quick and to the point and show you guys how I assassinated both of the targets without really wasting any time. So, what we're doing is we're working on the second mission story in effort to assassinate Marcus Stoyvasson. Now, it asked me to infiltrate the staff area. However, I got noticed right when I went in. That's why I'm hiding in a cupboard. So what we need to do is wait till our heat goes down just a little bit. And next, what we're going to do is locate the missing recruit. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get a disguise down here. That way, I'm not noticed so easily. So let's go ahead and take his disguise. Again, I'm not going to kill him. I'm simply just going to take his clothes and dump his body so that it is not noticed. Because for those of you that are not familiar with Hitman, if you take a disguise and you leave that body there, the people are going to realize that somebody is out there with that person's clothes, and it's going to make your disguise more suspicious to others. So now that we got a disguise and we did it without being seen or caught, what we're going to do is we're going to head downstairs to the next symbol or mission indicator, and it says that we need to again locate the missing recruit. So we're going to go ahead and go inside the kitchen right here. As you can see, we just discovered a new area of the level. There's a bunch of stuff in here that we could interact with. Again, really mixing the game up. And inside of the locker room, it looks like we have a piece of paper that we need to pick up right here. This is the recruit's orders. Now, before we proceed, I'm going to go ahead and save my game. As I mentioned earlier, this is a good practice. That way, if for some reason, you end up failing your mission or getting caught, you don't have to take too many steps backwards. Okay, so now that we got the security recruit's orders and his paperwork, next thing we need to do is disguise as him. Alright, this shouldn't take too much longer. I'd say we'd have this mission done in the next 10 minutes or so. So what we need to do is exit the kitchen, make our way to the next objective point, and it looks like we have our recruit right here. So we're going to need to find a way to assassinate him without being noticed. It looks like the only person around here is that janitor over there, and maybe the people looking through the window. Oh great, the teacher or instructor noticed in there. Alright, we got to do this quick. Take his disguise and dip out. I don't know if we're going to have time to dump his body. Good thing is we didn't get noticed. So let's just go ahead and proceed. That was a little sloppy, but I think it's fine. I don't think it's going to go against my silent assassin because we didn't kill the guy. We just put him unconscious and took his clothes. So they may notice him, but we didn't kill anybody besides the target. And basically we did this in a way where we're not affiliated with that dude passed out with his clothes off. As you can see, there's some people running down the hallway, but they don't know it was us. There's definitely something going on, but they don't know it was the bald dude. Alright, so now that we have taken over the security officer disguise, what we need to do is go back to our target and present ourselves as the security officer. So, we're going to go ahead and make our way upstairs. We need to navigate towards that objective point. Luckily, it shows us where to go. If for some reason it doesn't show you where to go, you might need to play on the easiest difficulty, which is casual, for it to show you these objective points or objective marks.
Reporting for duty.
About time. Our client has been going out of his mind waiting for you. Do you have the papers?
Yes.
Good. I'll call him now.
How should I address him?
It's classified, so you don't call him anything. But officially, he's just known as codename Pinky.
Alright, so everything is lined up, guys. At this point, all I have to do is wait for Marcus to come to the security office to meet his brand new security officer. Now, I literally had to wait like 2 minutes for him to arrive, so I decided to go ahead and fast forward through that part. Eventually, he arrives, and he's going to ask to meet his brand new security officer, which is us.
Okay, you must be my new escort. I have very high standards, and trust you will do your duty. You have your credentials on you? Okay, let's see here. Well, you have been around the world. Mumbai, Italy, France, Japan. This is a very impressive CV. I think you'll do. Come on, let's walk. Need to tell you a bit about what I expect from you. I expect you to be by my side 24/7, unless I say otherwise. Bathroom breaks are, of course, permitted, but only when I say so. I have a very important, delicate meeting today, at which I expect you to keep your ears closed, but your eyes wide open. Understood? Now, your papers were indeed impressive, but I need to see what you can do with my own eyes. My father used to take me hunting. He was an avid hunter. I personally hated it, but always admired his skill with a knife, and grew to appreciate what it takes to gut an animal. Have you ever tried to gut an animal?
Yes.
Good. Then you know it's not so easy as it looks. Like trying to stab a rubber ball. Bounces back if you don't stab it correctly. You're almost here. You have to understand. I didn't get where I am by blind faith. Okay, we are almost there. You see the shooting targets? Any fool can shoot a target. With a knife? No. That's where the talent lies. My father always used to say, if you are good with a knife, you're even better with a gun. I want to see your skills. I don't know why, but I've always trusted a man who would throw a knife. I'm sure a psychiatrist would have a field day with that statement. So, show me what you got. Do well and you work for me.
Alright, so it appears that he wants to see our knife throwing skills. Before I mess up on any knife throwing, I'm going to go ahead and save my game. Now, another thing I want to point out is, while playing through this Dubai level, I kept getting major 007 James Bond vibes. It's crazy that you get those vibes playing this game. The reason I say that is because recently IO Interactive, the developer and publisher of this game, announced that they're going to be making the next 007 James Bond game. Talk about the perfect matchup for a developer in IP. I mean, look at the success that they've had with this Hitman series. Imagine what they would do with James Bond. I absolutely cannot wait till they start making these James Bond games. I feel like they were pretty much born for this. Anyways, I don't want to go on a 007 rant, even though I'm really excited for them to make the game. As you can see, I hit all of the targets with the knives.
I like you. I think we will get along just fine.
You've gained his
I
trust.
think I got the right man now.
What to do
Thank you
with
for
all
your
that
services.
power?
Take the rest of the day off. You deserve it.
Thank you, sir. It was an honor.
Alright, perfect. So we just completed our second mission story. We have 2 of the 3 mission stories knocked out. Now we can simply work on killing him. I'm going to actually push him off the edge because we do have an achievement tied to doing so. It's one of the 3 assassinations that you need for the Treacherous Architecture achievement. So yeah, you guys know the drill. We just eliminated both targets, and now all we need to do is find an exit. We have a couple different exit points. The only thing is that not all of the exit points are available, unless maybe you have the key for it, or for instance, you can't take off in the helicopter unless you have the helicopter key, things like that. So I'm gonna go for an exit that's already available, and we can go ahead and finish up this level. Now, if you still happen to be tuning in, I want to say I truly appreciate your support. More than likely, you're an achievement hunter if you're watching this channel. I will be releasing video guides on how to unlock most of the achievements in this game, so make sure that you guys keep up with my video guide series for this game. So let's see here. What is the closest exit? It appears that a lot of them are locked right now, so I may just have to go for that one right there. It looks like it's fairly close. Let's see here, only like 68 meters away or so. Should be a nice and easy exit. We already have a good disguise where we can make our way through this staff area without being noticed. So, not sketch at all. Now, if you're someone that's wondering how to accomplish the 3rd mission story, I will be uploading a video guide for that 3rd one as well, helping you guys accomplish or finish all of the mission stories in the Dubai level. That's going to finish up the first mission in Hitman 3, Dubai, which is called Top of the World. I just unlocked an achievement called Death from Above worth 20 gamer score for completing the mission. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 20 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including TimG84, AOJ, Blackbird, and Kegger101. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.